I decided to make my first video a response to your video, Kiss My Ass, Fakesagan. And I love your videos, but I'm not going to kiss your ass. I asked myself, what would the Fakesagan do in this sort of thing? And he would say, fuck the authoritarian figure. I also thought that you were kind of expecting three sorts of videos. One, the actual people who would kiss your ass. Two, the people who would do it sarcastically. And three, the people who would say you went too far. I find this very funny. The video responses so far I thought were hilarious. So, rather than doing any of those things, because I think you expect them, I'm going to criticize you. Because, like I said, I think you would say, fuck the authoritarian figure. So, Fakesagan, this is my critique of your almighty Fakesaganness. The first thing I have to criticize is the anarchy. I know you don't believe an anarchistic society would work, and I agree with you there. But I think that you hate government, and more so you think government is inherently bad. To me, this is just as ridiculous as Republicans and Democrats thinking government can solve any problem. I mean, they're the same thing. I think you have to find a balance between those things. Every issue is different, and government influences every issue in a different way. So you have to take each issue into consideration like that. I agree with you with the secular humanism that people are flawed. It's not religion or any ideology that's causing it. It's just that people are naturally flawed. What I think that flaw is not that we're evil. Not anything like that. It's not that we're good either. It's rather that we have the capacity for both good and evil. So, I think if we both have the capacity for good and evil, and we make up a government society and an anarchistic society, then wouldn't it logically follow that the government-driven society and the anarchistic society would have the same flaws that we do? The fact that they can be both good and evil? I mean, that seems self-evident to me, but maybe that's just me. The second criticism I have is the stupidest thing I ever heard you say on the YouTubes. And it was something along the lines of, you said that the CIA sold our country drugs in order to keep minorities down. I don't doubt for a second that Air America sold drugs at all. I don't know if the CIA had anything to do with it, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do. They're an unnecessary and ridiculous organization. They sold drugs to keep the guy they were supporting in power, but I don't... You said that it was to keep minorities down, that the federal government wants you to buy drugs to keep minorities down. There's no thought process like that in the federal government. There's no head of the CIA going, we will sell them drugs, and we will be able to keep minorities in place and the whole structure of power in place in our society. Do you honestly believe there's that kind of planning? It's nothing like that. They sold drugs for the same reason that anybody sells drugs. They were greedy. The last critique I have on you is your morals. You seem like a pretty amoral person. I think that's a lot different than being immoral. There's a lot of people that I keep seeming to meet that just sort of, they directly cause chaos for virtually no reason. They'll lie to cause chaos and all those sorts of things. I think Venom X is a perfect example of a person like that. And that's really immoral. I don't know how those people work, why they do. I haven't given it much thought, but maybe I will. You seem like your morals have no influence over you. You don't like to do anything bad, but what you want contradicts your morals. You go with what you want. But I actually don't think that that's how you really are. I think that's just the mask you put up on YouTube. And here's why. I'm going to use two examples. The first one was you censoring the comments for the vast majority of the time you've been on YouTube. And the reason you did this was, I think, to ask people whether or not YouTube allowing you to censor the comments was more important than their comments. And I think that's an interesting question. And the answer is, of course, no, in my view, but I don't think you were saying that doesn't matter because YouTube can't influence the comments. You were getting people to question authority. And the second one is the Kalashnikov. You were asking, is your right to own the weapon more important than the pointlessness of the weapon? And I think by you buying it, it shows that that's what you think. So you did these two amoral acts, And I think in the end, the reason you did them was to get people to think, which is in turn moral, which is ironic. And I think that's all I have to say on this. Well, that about sums up my critique. That's the whole thing. And, well, I would love a video response, but of course I don't expect one because this is my first video. So, I guess all I want to have else to say is I really love the contest and love your videos and keep making them. Keep it fake.